What's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be talking about how to get makeup for the low. Yes, honey. So as makeup artists, we know that trying to build our kits can be very expensive. It's the constant replenishing and trying to keep up with trends and making sure that we keep the best of the best in our kits to provide the best service for our clients. So if you are a licensed esthetician, or if you are currently in school, or even if you are a licensed cosmetologist where you provide hair services, obviously, then you can apply for pro discounts. Now, here's the great thing. Even if you are not a licensed esthetician or a licensed cosmetologist, you can still qualify to receive pro discounts. Ask me how I know. Because I'm neither of the two. Yeah, I know that usually surprises a lot of people when they see all that I've done and I don't have, I've never went to school to do hair or makeup, but your girl's just gifted, you know what I'm saying, But, however, although I do not own either licenses, I still get pro discounts. And you would basically have to check each website to see what the qualifications are. Obviously, if you have if you meet certain qualifications, like a bundle of qualifications, then they normally would, give it to you. So I have pro discounts with quite a few brands, and it is a godsend. Can I tell you, it is a godsend. Like, I literally get my makeup for like anywhere between 40 to 30. One of them I have 60% off, and they really do save a lot because I work with a large clientele, and trying to replenish my kit with the brands that I use are fairly expensive, and trying to replenish my kit on a monthly, bi-monthly basis at retail price can be very costly every year. So being able to receive those discounts really does help to keep the top, products in my kit, but at a much cheaper rate. So I highly suggest that you consider going pro. Now, a lot of people don't know the difference between a professional brand of makeup versus a commercial brand. So here's just a simple breakdown. Commercial brands are basically the ones that you would see advertised on TV, on billboards, that type of stuff. The packaging is usually very, very eye-catching. Think Fenty, what's some other commercial brands? James Charles, Jaclyn Hill, that type of stuff. You would see those packaging and automatically be like, I need to add that, even if you don't know jack squat about makeup. You're getting it just so it can sit on top of your dresser or in your makeup collection and just look pretty. Can we be real? Yes. So that's basically what a commercial brand is. Pro brands, on the other hand, are your brands like Kryolan or Kryolan, I never knew how to say that, RCMA, Cosette. Those are brands, Danessa, that they just look pretty plain, pretty boring. However, the quality, honey, the quality is impeccable. So with a commercial brand, it typically can run from anywhere between a share coverage to buildable, full coverage. But with most pro brands, foundations are usually full coverage. It's usually a lot of pigment and color and coverage, because with pro brands, typically going to be using them with bridal or anything that is being used under heavy light, so photography, TV and film. That's why a lot of people, just a fun fact, they can't stand MAC Studio Fix Fluid. What a lot of people don't know is that that foundation was made specifically for TV and film when it first came out. It's heavy because with, anything being done under heavy lights, you need a lot more coverage. So with MAC Studio Fix Fluid, it tends to be a little more heavier because it's meant to withstand all of the heat from the lights and for long wear and that type of stuff. It's not something you wear to Target aisle 12 to get pancake syrup. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that kind of foundation. But definitely it is something that you would want to consider if you're going to be under anything that is HD. That's all I'm going to say. So I highly recommend, if you are a professional, if makeup is something that you do heavily, I highly suggest getting into pro brands. It is one of the best decisions I've ever made because I'm able to keep my kit fully stocked. You don't have to use as much product with a professional brand as you would with a commercial brand. If any of you have ever heard of Kevyn Aucoin, anybody who knows me knows I love Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancers. I'll put a picture here so you guys can see what it looks like. But it is so creamy. It is hydrating, but it is also waterproof. It doesn't get any better than that, y'all. I promise you, it does not get any better than that. So I'm able to use that. I prefer to use thicker consistencies because it is easier for me to manipulate it and shear it out. It is easy to manipulate it and shear it out and make it more medium to light coverage than it is trying to take something that is more light to medium coverage and trying to build it up to be full coverage. With Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, I promise you, you need the tiniest amount of that product. Like literally take your spatula, take out, like just a teensy little bit, and just swatch it on the back of your hand. I know Sephora used to carry it. I'm not sure if they still have it in store, but call your local Sephora, see if they still have it, and just ask for a sample of it. Or you can go to CameraReadyCosmetics.com. I'll put that here, and you can actually purchase a sample for like maybe $5 or so. That sample will last you a long time. I promise you it will. I have actually filled up my palettes with just samples alone instead of buying the whole product because that's how potent and pigmented they are, and they just, it looks beautiful. I'm actually wearing it right now. Yes, darling. I'm wearing SX15 all over the face and SX12 underneath the eyes. And baby, my face is snatched. Y'all hear me? Snatch, baby. Yeah, so I definitely suggest that if you are a professional that you go pro. It is the best way to keep your kit stocked for very little money. What I am going to do is I'm going to place a link down below in the description box with a link to one of my blogs entitled Go Pro. It is basically talking about why you need to get pro discounts. Like, who don't want makeup for the cheap, honey? Like, who doesn't want makeup for cheap, honey? So I am just going to go through a list of brands that offer pro discounts. I will be sure to leave the names on the screen. That way you can take notes and check out the website for the qualifications. Most brands ask that you have either an esthetician or cosmetology license, or you're currently in school with proof of an ID. They also would ask for a website. Normally with the esthetician license, you're automatically approved. Automatically, because you are licensed to work in the field. For myself, being by that I am not a licensed esthetician or a cosmetologist, I submitted my website. If you are a professional, I suggest that you, highly suggest that you have a website. Instagram, Facebook pages don't really cut it, because having a website says I invested in my business. It is an investment. It takes time, not only money, but it takes time to upkeep it and make sure that your website is current, that it has the best pictures of your work on there. But just having a website itself, you can check out Squarespace. You can check out, I use Squarespace for mine. It was really easy. We did more coding back in MySpace days than you do with Squarespace, I promise you. Like, Squarespace is so simple. You just choose a template and it's basically just a drag and drop. That's it. WordPress is a little more technical. There's also Wix. So there's several platforms that you can choose from. Get a website. If you are a working professional with steady clientele, get a website. So my website, along with my call sheets, those are the sheets that they send out if you work for production sets. So if I do like Love and Hip Hop or Black Ink, or what is the other show? I used to work for Hustle and Soul, or your husband is cheating on us, they will send you a call sheet. I've also done campaigns with like Dove, and I did work for Black Girls Rock with BET. So I was able to submit those call sheets because they have to be within a certain time frame. I think some websites require within the last 6 months, some require within the last year. Just check the website to see what their specifications are and go from there. If you've worked in production and you have like legitimate production call sheets, then definitely you can use that along with your website and you can submit that. They will also ask you for an ID. So you have to take a picture of your ID card and send that. Another qualification they use is if you have a pro discount with another brand. I had pro discounts with Sigma and MAC, so I was able to take a picture of those cards and submit that along with my call sheet and my website information, and I got approved. So they just want some type of proof that you are actually who you say you are, makeup artist, hairstylist, whatever it is. They just want proof. And I'll be really upfront. If you have discounts, if you can get a pro discount with CameraReadyCosmetics.com or Friends Beauty or Namies, you're good, because those 3 websites have basically a bunch of brands on that one website. So it's not like an Anastasia where it's just Anastasia products, or NARS where it's just NARS products. You can get basically any brand on these 3 websites. You can get a Zuka on there, and y'all know I love me a Zuka, whatever it's called. Love it. There's a bunch of brands that you can get just from these 3 websites. So if you can, I would highly suggest applying for those websites first and then trying to go everywhere else afterwards. So we're going to get into some brand listings now. So here are a list of brands that offer pro discounts. MAC, students, you get 20% off. Professionals, you get 30 to 40% off. If you are an employee, then you get 60% off. NARS, for a student, you get 20%. For pros, you get 30 to 40%. Annabelle Cosmetics is 40% off. Balm Cosmetics, 40%. Urban Decay, 40%. NYX also offers pro discounts. I bet you didn't know that. And you get 30% off. Makeup Forever students is 20, and for pros is 40. Bdellium, excellent brand. If you can, get it. They offer 20% off for students, and for professionals you get 40%. Beauty Blender also offers pro discounts, and they are 40%. Inglot, if you have never tried Inglot eyeshadows, oh baby, you are missing out. They are some of the best eyeshadows out there, and they are famous for their Inglot number 77 black gel liner. You can't beat that with a stick, honey. It is the best black eyeliner out there. You get Inglot, you get 30% off with them. For Senna, you get 20% off for students and 40% off for professionals. Danessa Myricks offers a pro discount. Do you guys know how excited I was to see that? I love Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover Foundation. It is very, very, very similar to Kevyn Aucoin's Sensuous Skin Enhancer as far as the finish and the coverage, the consistency. They are basically almost the same. Almost the same exact thing. Danessa's foundation, I think, is like $20-something, and then she gives a pro discount of 40% off. So you're not paying much for that foundation at the end of it, and it is worth every penny, I promise you. Benefit Cosmetics offers 40% off. It Cosmetics offers 20% off for students and 30% off for pros. Kevyn Aucoin offers 40%. Kat Von D offers a pro discount. She offers 30% off. Illamasqua students get 20%, pros get 40%. Face Atelier is 30%. If you've never heard of them, please look them up. They have some of the most beautiful foundations. They're gorgeous. I plan to add some more to my kit. Charlotte Tilbury offers 30%. I love the consistency and the quality of Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows and her face powders. Beautiful. They're like butter, I promise you. Bobbi Brown, no, not the singer, the makeup artist, she offers 40% off. Glitter Realm offers 20%. Gorgeous Cosmetics offers 45%. Dermalogica, great skincare, which you know as a makeup artist or a licensed esthetician, you need great skincare in your kit. They offer 30% off. Hourglass Cosmetics also offers 30% off. Ket Cosmetics offers 30%. Ket, I love their airbrush foundations. They have some excellent face, like their cream foundations are amazing. Please check them out. Now, Ket and RCMA, those are the brands that you really don't see advertised a lot, but the quality is like impeccable. Smashbox offers 20% for students, and for pros you can either get 30 to 40%. The variations depends on the product. Kiehl's excellent skincare, their avocado eye treatment, A1, they offer 30%. Stila Cosmetics, Stila is offered in Sephora, but I believe you have to go through the Stila website directly to get the discount, so you get 40% off. Laura Mercier offers 40%. So for those of you who love her translucent powders, if you qualify, go get you a pro discount with her. Dinair Pro, they offer 15 to 30%. I love their formulas for airbrushing. I've been using them for years. Sigma offers 20% for students and 35% for professionals. Cover Effects goes up to 40%. Once again, it depends on the product. Cinema Secrets, 30% off. Tarte Cosmetics, they offer 40% off. Naked Cosmetics offers 50% off. I have a whole bunch of pigments I got from Naked Cosmetics, and they are bomb. They are really, really good. Temp2 offers 30% off, and that comes in really handy if you're someone like me who does airbrushing as well. Airbrushing can be very costly. The equipment alone was like $325, but with my pro discount, I was able to get it for $225. So, yes, honey, pro discounts for the win. And Beverly Hills offers 35% off. Zucca, they don't really say how much they offer off, but they do offer pro discounts. I remember I had purchased a new bag for my Zucca frame, and I think I only paid like $60 for it or something like that, which was really inexpensive compared to the actual price. So Camera Ready Cosmetics offers up to 40% off, and they basically have every brand that I've mentioned prior to is on the Camera Ready Cosmetics website. Same thing for Namies, they offer up to 40% off, and Friends Beauty as well. You know, it really just depends on the websites or that specific brand's qualifications as to what is required for you to attain the pro discount. I have pro discount with Namies, Friends, Camera Ready, MAC, NARS, Makeup Forever, some other ones that I probably don't even use, but I have them just in case I decide to use them. Like I said, if you have the latter three that I've mentioned, you are covered. You are covered. Now, I would suggest checking the actual brand versus the latter three that I have mentioned to see if you get more, because sometimes you can get more on the actual brand page than you would on a partnering page. So you may get more on because I think when I ordered directly from Temp2, I got 40% off as opposed to ordering from a third-party brand where I only got like 30%. So just check to see if you get the same discount on both platforms before, you know, ordering. But if you can get them all, get them. Get them. I promise you, it is so much better to have. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, why do I even need a pro discount? Like I've mentioned before, it saves you a ton of money. The coverage is amazing. So you use less product, you get more for your money, and it just stretches a lot further. Now think about it. I've actually had clients who've asked me, oh, do you carry Fenty in your kit? No, I do not. Why? Because the price that I'm going to pay for one Fenty foundation, I can get two, maybe even two and some, or another product from Kevyn Aucoin or Danessa or somewhere else where my bank can go a little bit further. And people only think about it from the perspective of purchasing one foundation or one product. But if you are a professional makeup artist or working artist like myself, and you have to cater to a variety of different ethnicities and races, then you can't just buy the foundation that is your shade and move on. You have to get several foundations of different shades and be able to cater to a variety of people. You also have to take into consideration different formulas for foundation. So this is why I prefer pro brands. Most of the time, you don't really have to have a bunch of different products in your kit to cater to this specific skin type, and one for this. They basically can go for all skin types. So in my kit, the only foundations I carry are Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancers, the Nessa Myricks Vision Cover Cream, I have Mehron, I have William Tuttle, and I have some Black Opal sticks. Black Opal is also offered on a lot of these websites. If you go to Camera Ready Cosmetics, you can find Mehron, you can find William Tuttle, you can find Black Opal, and basically all of the other brands that I mentioned except MAC. MAC is its own, its own thing. But everyone else you can find within those last three websites that I mentioned. And William Tuttle is amazing. Like, I just love products that are versatile, that is not just specific to one type, because when you're working on set, you are dealing with a ton of different people with different skin needs. But to have, unless they are, allergic to a specific ingredient, that is something you find out prior to touching their face. But if they have no allergies, I have basically used those foundations on every single last one of my clients. I don't use anything outside of those. I prefer, it is a personal preference to carry creams in my kit because I don't want to have to deal with liquids exploding and all of this other stuff because I fly a lot. I just prefer to have a cream inside of a little palette that I can toss in my bag and I don't have to worry about mess. If you are someone that likes to carry liquids on, I believe, Camera Ready Cosmetics, I believe they offer bottles where you can transfer your liquids into, so that way they're really small. You don't have to take the entire thing. I'm actually going to do another video on how I pack my kit, that type of thing. I did a what's in my kit, but I'm going to redo that and actually show you guys how I pack my kit for traveling. So stay on the lookout for that. But having the creams for me works because of the way I travel. That's just one thing. But if you are someone who likes to use Anastasia in your kit, Anastasia stick foundations or whatever foundations she have, you can get that extremely cheaper than what is offered on the market price. Like, I don't understand why anyone would not just try and apply for the pro discount. The worst they could tell you is no. It's not the end of the world. You check to see what it is you need to get, and you do whatever you can to get it. That's it. That's it, baby. That's it. Like, there's no need to, just let it be the end all be all and that's it. And they didn't tell me I was qualified and now that's the end of the world. No, you just keep working. That's it. Just keep working. So I really hope that you found this helpful. I will put a link to this blog in the description box so you can fully read in depth all that I had to offer. I did give the entire list of brands in that blog as well as some helpful information with getting qualified as well. So you can check that blog down in the description box. But I hope you guys have an awesome day. I will talk to you all later on. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay blessed. Bye, guys.